A quick note to where the kickstand is positioned. See that it's parallel with the way that the Y goes. The Y goes down there and she goes there. Easy. Okay, I've just taken out the oil pump, disconnecting these two things. They're a bit split. And there's a tiny little washer that goes on the end of the pinion. So that will go in my box along with the oil pump. Yeah, see the oil feeder pipe clip is just held in, and that goes in here. My little template of thing, and that's quite simple. Now it's ready to take the right hand cover off. Right, so we've removed the right hand cover. Now I think the next thing to do is to pay attention to the kickstart, which is working fine. And what it is this bar goes around that, and then there's it's difficult to see actually. There's a kind of hoop thing that lines up just down there. Yeah, that hoop thing lines up in that sort of, in that recess in the actual body of the thing. And basically that's all there is to it. The gears around the back just mesh up. It meshes to the bottom one, and I think the shaft stays there and the plastic thing comes off. Right, so it's not the kickstart, it's the clutch, and we have to undo these in a sort of diagonal pattern. These are 8mm, even though they've got star heads. They've got to come out with the springs and washers. Yeah, so I took these little spring guys out, and then this plate here comes off. There's no washers behind that or anything. There's these are the clutch plates which we can lift off, and there's the second of the push rods, the ball bearing behind it. So I've just taken out the 3 clutch plates, the 2 fabric ones and the metal one, and they're in the correct rotation. That is, they came out and have been flipped over. Now taking out this push rod followed by the ball bearing, this clutch worked very well. So here's the first push rod. And now I'm going to turn the engine over and hopefully not dislodge the starter. Yeah, so getting the ball bearing out on the end of the push rod with the aid of a magnet. So it all came out of there nicely. Just leaving the second piece of push rod in there. I've got my clutch stator cover on the left hand side of the engine, but this is a different one that I'm going to repaint. I'm going to take all that gubbins out of the back and then respray this to match the other side. First I'm going to undo this 10mm lock nut and then take out this adjusting screw. And then I'm going to remove this spring and undo this Allen bolt, and hopefully the whole mechanism will come out then. Okay, using the clutch removal tool to hold the basket while I undid this nut, which we've now undone. Getting ready to take the basket off, which we'll get on with. Just take this nut off. And immediately under that there is a washer. It's a bit fiddly now. Here we are. It's quite a done-in washer actually. Anyway. There we are. Now on the back, let's just have a look. Yep, there's another washer on the back there. And remembering there's still the first part of the push rod in here. Okay, with the clutch basket removed, it looks like this. And in here is the basket. And this washer goes underneath here. And I've put the marks on these, which means, if you can see that mark, that's the way up it goes. For example, this collar, you can see the marks. Collar goes down the shaft there, with that side up. Okay, the last thrust washer I've marked like that, and that goes down this shaft, on top of this, on that bearing down there. So that can go back in there now, and that marks everything from the clutch. Now we're going to move on to the primary drive spindle.